What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here bringing you some more Series 9 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Today we're doing things a little bit differently. I don't know if people remembered, but a couple of videos ago I played with this really cool Rillaboom Inteleon team built by one of my viewers. He reached out to me about doing a best of 3, and we're finally going to be doing that. This is a team that I built a while ago on Showdown and have really wanted to make in-game. The problem was I decided to shiny hunt all of it, which I have talked about, and well, that hunt is done. So a little bit about the team is it is a cool team, I guess fairly heavily revolving around Stakataka. One thing of note is that the Stakataka is actually faster than the Dusclops, with the idea that you can set up Trick Room and then use the Brick Rake to proc the policy on it. So I think that that's really cool. It doesn't really affect Stakataka's like speed matchups too much. The only main difference is now you are slower than Torkoal under Trick Room, but you are faster than it outside of Trick Room. So I think that that's also a really nice advantage. We do, outside of the Trick Room mode, have Zapdos. Zapdos, I think, is just such a powerful threat, and so I think it can put in a lot of work here. There's also Incineroar and Rillaboom to offer fake out support, as well as just like constant pressure with things like Parting Shot, Taunt, and Knockoff. And finally, we do have Tapu Fini to kind of round things out. So I really like the fact that this team has a lot of flexibility. It has a lot of good options with max, and it's not one of those things where you have to max something or like play to a certain lead. So yeah, we're going into this best of 3 completely blind, and I'm really excited for it. And yeah, we'll see all of you in the first match. All right, so we're hopping into this first battle. I haven't actually done a lot of best of 3, so I'm interested to see how this goes. So we are doing this blind, so I've never actually seen this team before. So it is a Rillaboom, Whimsicott, Charizard, Terrakion, Barraskewda, and Dragapult. So, this is tricky. Yeah, this team is really flexible. I feel like that Rillaboom is brave. I don't have the best speed control, so stopping the Terrakion is hard. I'm going to go with Incin Dusclops, because I think if I can get Trick Room set up, we are in a really good spot. We do have Fake Out if need be. I like Stack, and Zapdos is tempting because of Charizard, but I mean so is Tapu Fini, and I think Tapu Fini is a little bit more valuable. So let's just write Rilla, Whim, Zard, Terra, Barra, and Drag. So we don't actually have a good answer for Dragapult. I mean, not Dragapult, for Barraskewda. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. But I feel like it may be hard to justify a Barraskewda given the fact that there is a Rillaboom and a Zapdos, but we'll see. So I am actually pretty much expecting the Terrakion Dragapult. Makes sense. So what I'm thinking is, we go for an ally switch? I'm basically at this point trying to lower Terrakion's attack as much as possible. We are going to see that it is assault vested, so we know that it can't go for protect. So I'm going to not taunt. We're going to go for a Parting Shot into Terrakion, and I could go for an ally switch. I do like the idea of ally switch just to just to try and mitigate some of the damage, because I do expect them to go into Dusclops. So I'm gonna go for that. We do lose the weakness policy. I mean, not the weakness policy. We do lose like a lot of HP on Incineroar, but I'm hoping that they can take whatever hit. There is also the chance that they go for a Knuckle into Incineroar and we get the Parting Shot off, which I think would be really great, because that would put us in a super good position to get some big damage off. So we have revealed ally switch, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I mean, sometimes it's just the way it is. They are going to get to +4. We do see safety. We have a V and beat up. Sorry, I'm just trying to write down notes as much as I go on. So I actually don't know if we have a good answer to Terrakion Dragapult. It might be to Max Fini. It might be what? Incin, Max Fini, Max Guard. I think it's going to be really dependent on Incineroar. So let's see how much damage this Terrakion is going to do. We're going to see a Rockfall into Clops. Into Incin. Good read. So they do have Rock Slide. So I think, yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that they predicted the ally switch, which is a very good read on their part. I think we have to bring out Stack. And yeah, because this is hard, because you just go for, you can easily just go for another beat up. So I'm going to Trick Room this turn and go for a Max Guard. Yeah, this is hard. Terrakion Dragapult, I think I probably just led incorrectly, or I think the ally switch was a little bit too aggressive. But I mean, what? Stakataka should be a threat. There is the chance though that they double up into the Rotom. I mean, not the Rotom, into the Dusclops, which is definitely scary. This is a super threatening lead that I didn't actually account for too much when building this team. So we're gonna get the Max Guard off. Yeah, they're gonna beat up again, and my only hope is that they target into the Stack, because if they get +6 Terrakion, I really cannot deal with it, even with Stakataka at this point. So what, I could hope for a double protect and then take advantage of the fact that it's not maxed anymore, but it really is going to depend on where does the hit go. We're going to see a Rockfall correctly calling it into Dusclops. Dusclops is obviously going to go down. Yeah, I think this game is essentially over at this point, because this is a +6 Terrakion that I just cannot deal with. So trying to think what would be a better lead. I feel like it has to be Fini. I feel like I just have to immediately put on pressure with Fini Incin. So that's definitely something I wanted to adjust for in the next game. But we Moonblast the Dragapult and we try and get a Steel Spike off into this Terrakion. But at this point, yeah, I got super outplayed, and I needed Trick Room, and I didn't get it. So yeah, I mean, it's fine. We can go with Fini. Fini Incin, I think, still is a really strong option overall. But yeah, I cannot see any way of coming back from this at this point. I think they made the correct call 2 turns in a row of going for, or like calling the ally switch. We're going to see Breaking Swipe into the Stack to just get some chip, and also, nice 4 damage. Also just lower my attack, and now what? I have to take a Max Knuckle, which definitely will finish me off. It's gonna, yep. So that's game. There's, yeah, like I said, there's nothing I can do at this point. So I think Fini Incin, and I can't afford to be passive. I have to take advantage of the fact that I can significantly lower the damage from the start. But what I'm hoping, that doesn't even pick up a knockout. That's really frustrating, because I was hoping to see what he brought in the back. Okay, so that's fine. We know that Terrakion has Rock Slide, and so this is something we have to account for. I think, yeah, Ally Switch was a bad read. They are going to expect it going into game 2. So what? I still think the right play. I still expect the same lead. I can't see any reason why you would do anything else, and I think I think Tapu Fini Incin is the right way to go, because that way tracking gets to +3. So yeah, play with the same rules. Yeah. What is there anything else? That's the problem. The problem with Dragapult though is you can't fake it out, which makes it really hard. So you're kind of forced to adapt. He's texting me now. Sorry, we're texting. But like I said, I still think that Fini with Incin might be my best chance. I mean, this is good. This team is still being worked on, and so I think knowing that, hey, I don't really have a good answer for Terrakion and Dragapult is something important, and I think maybe working on Fini is worth the effort. So yeah, I mean, he knows that I'm very afraid of that lead. I still think Tapu Fini and Incineroar is the right way to go. I do kind of like yeah, I mean, I like Stack. Do I like Stack? I want Zapdos this game, if it even ends up mattering, and then maybe Rilla. Rilla, I don't really think does much. Does Rilla really do anything? Stack's hard because I don't really see myself safely setting up Trick Room. I mean, I could lead Stack Dusclops and just double Trick Room, but I think that that's really kind of silly. Rilla? Maybe Rillaboom? No. I'm going to go with Stack. I don't necessarily think Stack is the best option. I don't know. This is tricky. I need to just have Fini try and get as much damage as possible from the beginning. And he's probably going to completely switch up the lead, which is going to be great. We are going to see, Charizard Wimmy, which is totally fine with me, because Whimsicott's going to get a fake out, and yeah, I don't really need to worry too much about Charizard. I think, do I want to knock out... I feel like you have to switch out Charizard because of the fear of... I mean, like, even the damage output into me... I'm going to double up into Whimsicott, expecting Charizard to switch out. Because what I'm thinking is this is a Sunny Day variant. Okay, so you're still going to max... Oh, because you have max Overgrowth. Yep. Okay, so it's going to be max Overgrowth from Charizard into the Fini. Which, I mean, yeah, I have to assume it's Overgrowth. Smart to stay in. I think, though, we do have Zapdos, so I still think we're in a good position. But it'll actually really depend on if Fini lives. Oh! Quake. So we have a Quake. And Incin takes that, which is really good. Not Oko on Incin. Cool. So, okay, Life Orb. And will Moonblast KO Wimmy? Not KO on Wim with +1 Spadef. Yeah, because you're guaranteed the Tailwind. I'm tempted to Calm Mind. I'm going to Calm Mind and switch out into Zapdos. Because what I'm thinking is, if you go for a Quake again, probably expecting the Parting Shot, I can get Zapdos in safely. And then I think with a special defense boost on Tapu Fini, we should be in a pretty okay position. Okay, so we are going to see Sunny Day, which is going to be really scary for Tapu Fini, Sunny Day, and it's going to be Airstream, which is expected. And okay, so Fini lives, barely, but it lives. Airstream, range, KO on Fini? Question mark. Yeah, because now things are awkward where there is Zapdos out, which can easily KO, but also like a Fini that's in a kind of okay place, depending on if it can recover enough. So I'm going to just try and Muddy Water for a little bit of chip, and then we're going to go for a Lightning onto the Charizard. Yeah, I'm getting crushed right now. Let's see how this does. So what I'm planning is I should be able to live a hit with Zapdos. I should have protected. I actually should have protected, expecting it to be the G-Max Wildfire into Zapdos. Which, what, Helping Hand? Oh, you're just going to Moonblast. Okay. Moonblast into Fini. Fini is going to go down. Moonblast. Yeah, Wildfire. Max Guard would have been the very correct play. Because, yikes. Wow, I did not... Wildfire KO on Zapdos. Not that it really matters at this point. What do I have in the back? I have Incin and Stack. So this isn't actually totally over because we have the max ending on Charizard. The fear though is, yeah, if we can set up Trick Room, we're good. But the question is, does Whimsicott have Taunt? We know it has Sunny Day, Moonblast, Tailwind. And so the question is, what is its final move? I still think we risk Fake Out, and I feel like it is... This is a... Yeah, because if it's Taunt... Yeah, let's just see. I think Taunt is... If it's Taunt, then I lose. If it's not, and I can set up, I think I can maybe come back. Because Stakataka will be able to definitely pick up the KO onto Charizard with a Rock Slide. So, okay, so great. It's Moonblast into Incin. Incin goes from... Okay, so Incin lives, which is actually super huge. Because now we're going to be able to set up the Trick Room, and it's really going to come down to... what is it called? Rock Slide misses. Yeah, Stakataka is going to take a little bit, but it's not super worrying. The problem, though, is we can't really go for Flare Blitz. So we're going to just Parting Shot and go for a Rock Slide. So we are relying a little bit on hitting, but I think... Okay, so we do see Protect. So I'm guessing... Yeah, I mean, what? They're... Please hit. Oh, God, please hit Whimsicott. Okay, we do connect with Whimsicott. And we do pick up one knockout, which is great, because now we are going to start getting a defense boost. We still do have to worry about this Charizard, but nothing really looks that good into Trick Room. And even Barraskewda is not going to like the fact that the sun is out. So we do have that going. And Barraskewda, I'm pretty sure, is physical. So this is going to be really heavily dependent, I think, on how many Rock Slides we hit. Because now, what? We also do have Policy. Okay, so we're going to see Rillaboom, which, that's unfortunate, because Rillaboom can Fake Out, and then Charizard can just knock out Stack. But, alright, so we Parting Shot the Charizard and go for a Rock Slide with the hope that if we can lower Charizard's special attack, we can make it so Stakataka lives a hit. because the Charizard wasn't able to boost, right? Yeah, because yeah, God, this thing, yeah, I did not expect it to knock out Zapdos, and I should have protected. That was such an easy play to make, and I think that really cost me. Oh, okay, so they're gonna protect with Rillaboom, which I think you're baiting out a oh no, wait, oh, I thought I missed in a Charizard. Okay, so we do connect with Charizard, which is great. We are making it so Rillaboom cannot go for a fake out, which is great. We do have Stack now at +2, and we're getting Grassy Terrain Recovery, which is going to help with recovering the damage from Wildfire. And there's no Sun, so this is a little scary if they have Barraskewda, but yeah, we're still taking Wildfire. That Protect was so easy, and I think the fact that I didn't make it, like, there's honestly no excuse for it. So let's see what his fourth is. Probably Barraskewda. Yeah, okay, it is Barraskewda. It does make sense to hold off until the Sun was gone. You're probably going to target into the Incineroar with something like an Aqua Jet. And now I'm hoping just like for a big Rock Slide. And even then, like, we should be able to live a hit or two, just given the fact that this stack is at +2 defense, and it just is so natural bulk. And I'm hoping that we can get some recovery with the Grassy Terrain. So, okay, so they're going to not use Aqua Jet. We do about half to the Barraskewda, and we're going to be able to connect a Parting Shot into it. So the question now is, what is that Barraskewda going to do? Flip turn into Stack 43. So this should be enough to survive another... Oh, yes, because we get Grassy Terrain. So I should be able to live another Grassy Terrain. I mean, not a Grassy Terrain, Grassy Glide. And I think if that's the case, we can pick up the knockout, assuming that we hit with Rock Slide. So I'm going to Flare Blitz the Rillaboom and go for a Rock Slide. I think it's a little bit risky, because if Barraskewda has Aqua Jet, I think it probably is game over. But, I mean, I said that a lot. Stakataka is really putting in work. We're going to see Protect with Rillaboom. Makes sense. This probably is the last turn of Trick Room. Do we connect the Rock Slide onto the Barraskewda? We do. This should hopefully pick up. All right, so we do see the knockout. Barraskewda does have Flip Turn. And I'm guessing this is probably the last turn of Trick Room. And I think with Flare Blitz, we should be able to take them out, because Stakataka, I mean, not Stakataka, because Rillaboom can only single target, right? Unless it secretly has Earthquake. And then we can probably go for a Flare Blitz and a Body Press into the Rillaboom. We are at +3 defense, actually. And we're going to see the Wood Hammer come out into Stack 63 down to 21. And yeah, that definitely should... Oh, there's my phone. Cool. We managed to really come back from a very, very difficult lead. Sorry, I made a noise, and I should let people know. Cool. So, yeah, that was really scary. I think the fact that Stakataka was able to get set up really, really helped. And I think I do expect to see the Zard with Whimsicott once again. Yeah, we're still texting each other. Yeah, so let's see if I can make up for how I did last time. Definitely bad for video to text your friend during it, but sometimes you do what you gotta do. Okay, so I do expect him to go back to the Terrakion Dragapult. And I still think that Incin with Tapu Fini is my best lead against it. Zapdos didn't really do much. And I think trying to fit it in. Oh, no taunt. No taunt. Is. I mean, what? Zapdos got KO'd. But I can also bait it. So it's. I could just bring Dusclops because it's bulky. It definitely wants stack. I could bring Clops and just go for Hard Trick Room, Rillaboom. What does Rillaboom do? Rillaboom does not much. Clops or Zapdos. I want to lead, or I want to go with the same 4, but at the same time, I mean, Clops isn't going to survive a hit from Dragapult anyway. Zapdos is it's such a good option in Charizard, but it also didn't do anything. I'm going to bring Clops this game. I think Clops has the chance to do something, and I think it definitely... I'm hoping that it can tank a hit. The fear, obviously, is still just how bulky that Terrakion is, and I think I need to reevaluate some of my spreads. Particularly, Feeny has no defense investment, or very little. Yeah, so as expected, we're going to see the Terrakion Dragapult versus Incin and Tapu Fini. I expect an immediate max. The thing, though, is you cannot double up into the... or what am I saying? If you max, you don't have spread. So I'm going to try and Parting Shot the Terrakion and Max Geyser. I'm going to go for a Max Geyser. Arguably, yeah, I think arguably I should have actually targeted into Dragapult because of the fact that Dragapult gets Terrakion up to +4. And an Incineroar, Intimidate plus Parting Shot still leaves Terrakion at +2. And it is Assault Vest. So what I could have done is I could have... Yeah, that was actually the right play, is to target into the Dragapult with a Moonblast and then Parting Shot into Terrakion with the idea that you will then knock out the way of supporting, because I'm probably not going to pick up the knockout right now. So yeah, I also need to figure out if there's a way to get Feeny to live. Feeny live Terra? Question mark. Yeah, I need to figure out if there's a calc for that, because I can't really have such a big such a big gaping hole in terms of lead counters. So we're gonna see the beat up strategy. Maybe I just run Milk Tank. Honestly, Milk Tank doesn't sound like a bad option at this point. It has similar coverage to Incineroar, right? You lose a lot of defensive typing and Intimidate for the ability to fake out Dragapults in very specific situations. I think that makes it worthwhile. So we're going to see a Rockfall is what I expect. Follow Me is actually a good option. The issue, though, is the fact that they have... he called my ally switch, which makes this hard. Feeny 320 down to 35. Feeny lives. Okay, we are in a decent position, I think. We're going to be able to get the Max Geyser off. Let's see how much this does. Into Terrakion is going to do... God, that did not do anything. And the thing is, yeah, you can, at this point, just have Dragapult go for another beat up into the Terrakion. So... I don't know why I write Dusclops. I'm going to go with Clopsy Boy. I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to go with them. What am I thinking? Okay, so what I'm thinking is they're going to go for another beat up onto the Terrakion, and then Terrakion is going to go for a Rockfall onto the Dusclops. This is turn 2, so I'm going to actually... No, this is turn 2. I'm going to go for this. I do expect them to... Yep, okay, so we're going to see that. And I don't expect them to target into Feeny. But I mean, they're definitely going to target into Dusclops, just given the fact that Dusclops is such a big threat if I set up Trick Room for Stakataka in the late game. What is a way... Feeny can live, but I can't do anything in return. And it's going to be the Rockfall into Dusclops, which doesn't really do anything. I mean, I could have max guarded ally switched to stop that. Yep, we're going to see the Rockfall. It's going to go, predictably so, into Dusclops. Dusclops is going to go down. We are going to get a little bit more chip damage with Tapu Fini, but yeah, Geyser, unless I get a crit. If I get a crit with Geyser, there's a chance, but even then, yeah, Terrakion has too much health left. I cannot beat this Dragapult, and I should have just knocked it out. This is... Yeah. There's really no way I can come back at this point. What I could do is have them Rockfall into Incin, where I swap out into Stakataka, knock out the Dragapult with Feeny. Yeah, so this is what I would have to do. So they're at +5, and then we Starfall the Dragapult. And then, this is so... I need to knock out the Dragapult. And so what I'm hoping is... They Rockfall... If you Rockfall into Stack, and Stack lives, and we knock out the Dragapult, it's still a bad position because of the fact that I can't really do anything. That's so hard, because Stack is my only resist to Rockfall, but he has so many other moves that just wreck Stack. So we're gonna see... Reflect. Okay, Reflect is an interesting thing. So beat up, Reflect, Stack lives. Okay, so this is potentially doable if we pick up the knockout with Feeny. So we need Feeny to knock out Dragapult, which, okay, Feeny picks up the knockout. What else is there? Because he doesn't have good damage into either of these, because now there's the threat of either I can Trick Room with Stack, or I can go for big damage with Feeny. And it's Rillaboom. It's everyone's favorite monkey thing. Okay, so Terrakion loses his max. Feeny is going to lose her max. I think Incin? I think Trick Room and Incin? I mean, yeah, you have such an easy close combat into Terrakion, but this is fine because if we change the terrain with Tapu Fini, Rillaboom doesn't have a Grassy Glide. Yeah, I should have just knocked out the Dragapult, like I said 800 times. And knowing that Stakataka can... Okay, smart to fake out the Stack. You're going to Rock Slide. Okay. Stack's going to avoid it, which is great. Ensign, unfortunately, is going to go down. So we're not going to be able to get damage out with Stakataka. But what? You're going to probably try what? I'm thinking... I definitely expect the Rock Slide from Terrakion. Which makes what? This Rock Slide Terrakion will probably knock out Fini anyway. I guess, I mean, I have to... Oh, no, because Stack doesn't get recovery anymore. I still think I go for the Trick Room, and I could go for a Muddy Water, expecting the Rillaboom to target into Stakataka. This is a really big risk. Yeah, I don't... Oh, you're just going to close combat straight into Stack. And then, so what? We would need to get the accuracy drop on the Rillaboom and have it miss a hit into Fini. So we double connect, which is great. Fini is going to knock out the Terrakion. Do we get the accuracy drop on Rillaboom? Okay, we do get the accuracy drop. So there is a chance. Are you going to miss your Woodhammer? Oh no. Okay. That's fine. So that, unfortunately, is the end of this best of 3. I definitely learned a lot about Terrakion Dragapult and figuring out how to combat it. Because I walked into this as something I never really expected to see, and having something like that was really difficult. And I mean, props to Tom. He comes up with some incredibly cool teams, not just like this one, but also that Rillaboom team with Inteleon, which blew me away. So yeah, I mean, this is phase 1, and we're always growing, and this was a really cool experience overall for me to like play against someone in this format with this team that I have been working on. So hopefully we can figure out a way to deal with Dragapult Terrakion, but I do think the answer is to swap into Stack, and then try and go for a max Starfall into Dragapult, because once Dragapult's gone, we know that Stakataka can live a hit, and then we can pivot back to an Incineroar and start dealing some big damage to Terrakion that way. So I'm going to run some damage calcs on that to figure things out. But yeah, we'll go back to playing some best of 1s later, and then hopefully we can do some other best of 3s and start featuring this team more. But yeah, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.